Welcome back. Today, we will continue with modals and modal phrases. I want you to pay attention to the emphasis in my voice and how I'm saying something and not necessarily what I say. First, let's start with separating the contraction not on purpose. Whenever we separate into a contraction, which is apostrophe NT, we change the meaning as well. Whenever you use not, you put the emphasis on not to forbid or not permit. So, for example, you cannot use that desk. You don't have my permission. You don't have to use that desk. Use another one. That could mean there's something wrong with the desk, there's another option, there's nothing implied that forbids you from using the desk. So, whenever we use this with must, you may ask yourself, where do I put the emphasis? It'll be on not. You must not use that door. Next, let's discuss a little bit about certainty. And what I mean by that is that we have several degrees of certainty. Now, we have from less to 50% possible to 100% possible. Here are the auxiliary verbs, modals, that describe these. Now, could will represent less than 50% possibility. But then we have might or may. These are synonyms, and in some cultures they are used in less than 50% certainty in terms of the tone of voice of the speaker. Now, I can give you a tip on when to use might because may space be is not the same as maybe together. So, a lot of times with autocorrect and technology, these two can get a little confused. It's just a tip, but they are synonyms. They represent more or less I don't know. Next, we have should. Now, this is a different use of should, of course, and it's around 80%. It's, I should, but I'm not sure. Then we have must. Now that's going to be around 95%. And you're almost 100% sure, but not quite. And last, we have will or going to. Now remember, these were also the future verb tenses, and I reminded you that they're modals as well. They are synonyms in this case because they represent 100% certainty. You will learn English, you're going to learn English. And just remember that in modals, will and going to are the same, but in verb tenses, they are different. Now there's one more, shall. This is normally just used as a suggestion with I or we, like, shall we start, shall we begin? But it also can replace will when will is just considered more of a desire or intention, and shall gives a little more obligation. Now, continuing this discussion, we can reverse the degree of certainty and talk about uncertainty, or how much something is impossible. So, we have may not, and this represents around the same, 50%. You just don't know. Couldn't or could not. This is around 95%. You're almost sure, but not quite there. There's a sense of doubt. And can't. Now, can't represents 100% impossibility. So let's look at some examples. And the last thing we'll talk about today is passability. Now, we could say could in a sense where we're representing ourselves when we were younger. I could swim very fast when I was young. We could also use used to. This is the best word for representing past ability because it doesn't really have any sense of feeling. It was just something repeated in the past. And last we have would, which will open up a huge topic for our next lesson. But in this case, would is a past ability with a sense of loss. You miss it. The difference would be, I used to go to the beach every day. I would go to the beach every day. So, make sure to practice these. Make sure to listen again to the emphasis in my voice and look out for more exercises. In the next class, we will discuss would and all of the combinations that go along with it. Thank you for your attention. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.